Alafia. I am Reverend Priestess Osun Funke, and I am here today to do a pick a card reading. What I'd like for you to do right now is to decide whether you want to identify with the sun, the moon, or the stars. If you have chosen the sun, I want you to understand that the sun represents masculine energy, okay? Doesn't necessarily mean that you are a man, it just represents masculine energy. If you've chosen the moon represents feminine energy. You don't have to be a female to identify with the moon. It just means that you have feminine energy bubbling to the surface at this moment. And if you have chosen the stars, perhaps you are a starseed who's on a mission to change the world. And through your experience, you will leave a huge impact on those around you. Now let's get into the reading. So the question that I'm going to ask today is, I forgot the fucking question.
What's the commandments?
No.
It was, the same numbers over and over.
Okay. All right. So you have your intro there. Okay.
All right, cool. Put that book up. So
I did.
Okay.
All right.
You so serious.
Okay. So let me start over. I'll reintroduce myself. Alafia. I am Reverend Priestess Osun Funke, and I'm going to do a pick a card reading for you today. Right now, I would like for you to decide if you want to identify with the sun, the moon, or the stars. The question that I am asking of the ancestors today is, what does it mean if I see the same numbers over and over again? Okay? So if you are a sun, what does it mean if you continue to see the same numbers over and over again? This could be on your receipt. It could be your total at the drive-thru. It could be the time that you glance at the clock. What does it mean when you see the same numbers over and over again? Okay, the first card that I have is the card for heartbreak or brokenheartedness, followed by the card for the nobleman, followed by the card for karma. So if you are a sun and you are seeing the same numbers over and over again, the ancestors want you to understand that this is most likely your Ori crying out to you and trying to get a message to you to let you know that your higher self is actually disappointed with the way you have been carrying out your life, the decisions that you've been making, and the things that you've been doing. It doesn't matter which numbers you're seeing. Those numbers are just a trigger to get you to tap in and tune in. This card for brokenheartedness obviously speaks about brokenheartedness or disappointment, okay? The card for the nobleman is talking about your lineage. It's talking about the fact that you come from a line of nobility, okay? Perhaps you aren't acting in a noble way. Perhaps you've been making decisions or living in a way that is beneath what your ancestors expect of you. And then finally, we have the card for karma. Okay, so if I read this like a sentence, the ancestors are saying, if you're seeing the same numbers over and over again, and you have identified as a sun, you need to stop and think about how you are moving along your path. You need to stop and think about the decisions that you're making, because they are disappointed because you are from a line of nobility, and you're creating karma for yourself that they think is going to be disappointing to you, and that is disappointing for them. Okay? So, for my moons, let's see what the ancestors have to say. What does it mean if you see the same numbers over and over again? for my moons. Okay, so the first card that I have is the card for the provocateur. So this is talking about one who is being provoked, okay? Followed by the card for the assailant, which is self-explanatory, something that assails you, something that is acting upon you in a way that may not be good. Followed by the card for self-deception, okay, which is also very self-explanatory. So for my moons, if I read this row of cards like a sentence, the ancestors are saying when you see the same numbers over and over again, what they want you to understand is that you're being provoked into self-deception, okay? You may think that it's a message, and it's really not. It may just be that you happen to glance at the clock at the same time every day, or that your total ended up being $33.33. It's not even that they're trying to communicate with you. You're provoking yourself into reading more into the situation than it actually is. Okay? So chill. And finally, let's see what the ancestors want my stars to know about what it means to see the same numbers over and over again. Okay, so the first card I have here is the card for the elder, which talks about one who is mature or one who needs to mature, okay? Next, I have the card for the visionary, which actually talks about visions, visions that you may have, visions of things that you may want to do, and things of that sort. And then finally, the card for the soulmate, which talks about being tied to something, being bound to something, okay, attached to something. So if I read this row of cards like a sentence for my stars, the ancestors are saying when you see the same number over and over again, they want you to let maturity and visions of maturity be your soulmate, okay? They want you to be closely bound to the pursuit of becoming an elder, becoming wiser. They want that to be your supreme focus and your vision, okay? So when you're seeing these numbers, if you have identified as a star, the ancestors are absolutely trying to communicate to you, and they want you to grow up. They want you to step into your role as an elder in your community, in your family, and in this world, okay? Remember, I told you guys, the stars, if you identified as a star, perhaps you are a star seed. It could be that you came here with a very important mission. The ancestors are reminding you of that. Grow up, be an elder, so that you can help those who are coming after you, and those of us who are already here. That is the reading. Thank you for watching.
So fuel my fire, take me higher, I'll be your liar too. 'Cause when we're here, there's nothing better than the skyline view. Ooh, I love this sky.